Hello and welcome back to the episode 2 of creating a top-down shooter. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and create some walls. So right now we just have, if you'll recall, we just have the player and we just have some movement code here. So we can move with the buttons WASD, and we're going to go ahead and add a wall. So we first need an image for a wall, just like for the player. Let's name it something appropriate. And then for right now, I'm just going to make it, let's say, a red square. The art, you can change it in other ways that you like, but again, this is just a tutorial for simplicity. So we have an image for a wall. Let's create it into an object. Name it something appropriate, like a wall. You can either type in a wall right here, or when you create an object, this over here gets highlighted and changed, and they both reflect whatever you update it to. Set it to the correct sprite, and that's all you need to do with the wall. But we do need to put it into the room, actually. That's all you need to do with the wall object. So let's go ahead and you can click this. If you have a laptop, you might have laptop mode on. If you press Alt, it'll move the room around when you're moving your mouse. If you have laptop mode off, and pressing Alt will bring whatever whatever object you're highlighted on, it will bring it to your mouse in the room. You can click and paint it here. You can click Delete. Or if you prefer to keep laptop mode on, you can also just click drag and drop. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use the painting feature, and I'm just going to draw a circle, a very poor circle around our player character here, and you'll see that is represented in the game. Now we don't have any code that says we should be checking for wall collisions. So right now you can actually walk through the wall. So let's go ahead and go into our code and see what we can do about creating wall collisions. So this is going to be in your player. Open up his step code. Double click your window. In fact, I'm going to maximize this here. So what we want to do when we're pressing W, we move up, right? Not quite so simple. We want to check for additional things. We want to say if you're pressing W and there's no wall above you, that's when you move up. So we're going to do that by typing and. You see how that turns orange here? That's a GameMaker feature that just says, well, let me just type the whole thing here. X, comma, Y, comma, O, wall. Okay, so place meeting. Let me tell you about that first. Place meeting is a function that essentially checks for collisions at certain places, wherever you define. At the moment, it's wherever the player is at his X and Y coordinates. So if at your current position, if you're touching a wall and you are pressing W, then you should move up 5. But we don't necessarily want to say if you're touching a wall. We want to say if there's a wall in your path. If there's not a wall in your path, then you move 5. So we're going to say Y, see how this is Y minus 5? We're moving in that direction. And that's the direction we want to check. So I'm going to also put the Y minus 5 here. And then in order to, instead of saying we should move if there's a wall above us, we want to say we should move if there's not a wall above us. And you see how I put that exclamation point? That essentially reverses this statement here. If there is, essentially makes it a not statement. If you're pressing W and there is not a collision with a wall at the speed you're going, 5 above you, then you should move 5. Hopefully that makes sense to you here. And you can see here, when we go up, we should not be able to, the code will simply not work once there is a wall at this position just above you. So automatically, oops, automatically he should stop moving when you reach a wall. And it does work. Now it doesn't work for the other keys because we haven't coded those in, but you can't go up when a wall is right above you. And that's exactly what we want. So let's copy this for the other keys here. Just copy that section, paste it there, paste it there, paste it there. And we will need to change a few things. Like I said, this is y minus 5 that we're checking. So let's change, and that looks correct there, y minus 5. X minus 5, so let's make this an x minus 5. And there, we're not checking the y coordinate, so just delete that. Y plus 5, so let's just change this minus to a plus. And then this one is x plus 5, so let's get rid of this and write plus 5 here. And with that, you should have walls that you cannot enter. Now you'll see here there are certain things, let's try to get this just right, just perfect. Okay, so if you hit a corner right here, you cannot go up or left. But you can't, so there are certain things like when you're building your level here, you should be aware that you will sometimes get caught on corners. So just be aware of that. But now, now essentially you are free to make sure you have your player in there. But you are free to create a level that you want now. Let's say you want to go into a spooky house through a narrow hallway. And of course, you can take more time, but you know, this is just, you can't get into the house any other way. This is just, you know, like I said, like I keep on telling you, it's just for simplicity's sake. All right, and now so you've just created walls, and that is another huge chunk of your game. That is just the absolute basics. It's great that you have that completed now. So that's the video. That's all it was here. Like I said, we're trying to keep these nice and short and digestible. Once we get to enemies, we probably will be breaking that rule. Next video, we will be adding in a bullet. We're going to be adding in the projectile shooting feature. And that one has quite a few different things with it. So look forward to that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions for the kind of mechanics or anything you want in this game or any other kind of game, please let me know in the comments below. I will take your feedback and see what we can do with it. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.